Hey, what's up guys? This is Bryce Van Hoosen. Welcome back to the channel. I hope everybody had a fantastic New Year's. Alright, so today I really kind of just have a question for everybody, and I hope that, if somebody knows more than I do, they can kind of leave a comment down below and sort of educate me and educate everybody. But in sort of kind of continuing this conversation about tube amps versus modelers, there was a comment that I read somewhere else in some other corner of the internet where somebody was talking about how they thought that a tube amp would sort of become a status symbol for the rich and wealthy of the future. And amp sims and modelers would sort of be what the common working musician would be playing, which I thought was interesting because, I mean, I don't think that a modeler is really that much cheaper than a tube amp, which just sort of took me down a rabbit hole where I noticed that Marshall amplifiers, kind of an iconic brand, sort of a workhorse and synonymous with the working musician, right? One channel, most of them, no frills. Every festival backline in the world is populated by some form or another of a Marshall amp, right? We wouldn't necessarily call like a JCM 2000 boutique amplifier, and I don't necessarily think that a JCM 800 was considered boutique back in the day. But looking at the prices for what they have listed on Sweetwater, it's kind of ridiculous. So I compared it with prices from, say, like Talon, which is effectively kind of the the Sweetwater of Europe, and yeah, it's kind of eye-opening, and I'm sort of wondering, why the hell are Marshall amps so goddamn expensive in the United States in particular? So to kind of show you what I mean, let's go here. I'm going to go to Sweetwater here. We'll just pull up kind of the normal set of Marshall amp heads here. Right, so you got the DSLR 100, that's basically the JCM 2000. $1099, that's pretty affordable, I'd say, pretty comparable for what you would expect for a 100-watt tube amp. But then once we get over to the JVM, $3,200, that's getting up there. That's more than rent in most places, and as we know, rent is ridiculously expensive. Marshall Origin 550, that's fine, that's to be expected. Oddly enough, the Silver Jubilees 2099, getting up there, but I guess it's limited, not too bad. A JCM 900, $3,000, that's goddamn insane. And then, where is it? My favorite here. Oh, come on. Let's just search for it. JCM 800, right? $3,550 and back ordered. What the hell? And this is a reissue. You could find something old, an old horizontal input, for less money than this. You could find something from the 70s probably for less money than this. Hell, all of my amps were less money. I've never spent that much money on an amplifier. That's insane. All right, so going over to Talon in Germany. So I have American bucks here. We can switch it to all kinds of other currencies, but we got USD. All right, JVM, same JVM that was like what, $3,000 over on Sweetwater. And again, this isn't a Sweetwater thing. This is all just MSRP. It's set by Marshall, the factory, right? So they're selling it for what they can sell it for. So yeah, $3,200 for this JVM. This is kind of, sort of the flagship of Marshall these days. This is the one step above the JCM 2000 of yore. So, 1177 in Europe, and like $2,000 more in the States. Now don't get me wrong, Americans love spending more money on virtually fucking anything compared to any other developed nation in the world. Just look at our groceries, our healthcare. It's super expensive compared to Europe, but this is nuts. If we look at a 1960 cabinet, $629. And here we go, JCM 800, $1575. This is $2,000 cheaper in Europe. I could almost buy a plane ticket to Germany. I imagine that would probably be about, $800 to $1,000. Let's see. 853. All right, one stop. If I wanted to go to Frankfurt, Berlin, 837. So I literally could spend an extra $1,000, go to Germany, buy this, and then have enough to ship it back. That would be about, what, 25, 75, probably a couple $100 to ship it. Maybe there would be an import tax. I don't know. I've never paid an import tax on anything that I've imported. And then, you get the little step-up transformer, and there you go. What's the difference? So just to sort of compare and contrast, let's look at some other stuff here, right? And so if we think about what kind of a good entry-level amp should cost, I bought a PV6505 as my first amp ever. And I remember I saved up all of my money working at my, I think I worked at a thrift store, and I was a much younger man. And what was that? I think I paid probably, something like that, $12.99. So $1,300, maybe it was more like 11 or something like that. So $1,300, that's a pretty good price for an entry-level amp, right? We could probably even do one better with the 5150 Iconic. These are coming in at $999. So let's look at what the 5150 Iconic translates to. So $698. So it's not, obviously, like I said, Americans, for some weird reason, like to pay more money for virtually everything. But, I guess technically we maybe have higher wages. I have no idea. So that's not too far off, right? $700 versus $1,000, $300. That's nothing like an extra grand. That's insane. So what is it? Let's see. Do they sell PV in Germany? I guess not. All right, so let's actually look at a modeler here. Let's look at, a Kemper, right? So I would assume, look, the 5150 Iconic's not that much more expensive than the Kemper Profiler Player. It's about the same as the German one, so $700 versus $1,000. So what are we looking at here? So you're probably, if you want to actually play a show, everything that you need, probably want the foot switch. This is basically what I have, right? So 600 watt powered head, $2,500. This is everything that you would need to sort of get gigging, right? If we go back to that 6505 example, I paid probably about $1,000. So this is pretty expensive. This would be like almost twice the price of what I was doing back when I was a young, broke musician, just sort of starting out. So $2,500. I still think the 5150 Iconic is a better deal if you're just starting out. So score one for a tube amp there. But they gotta have a Kemper in Germany, right? So the Profile Player 639. Again, it was like $700 on Sweetwater. Not much different. Where's the pack here? Here we go. So with the remote, power head, 600 watt power head, $20.99. So we're looking somewhere around like $300-400 difference for the American convenience fee here. So what is it about Marshall that is making things about $2,000 more, almost twice the price? Well, let's see here. What is what's a British equivalent to Talon? I guess Andertons maybe, or guitar could be another good one. Here we go. UK's largest guitar store. Okay, maybe. But are they the largest online guitar store? All right, so this is in British pounds. I don't know what this money, what this translates to. Can I switch to USD? No, of course not. All right, we'll just Google it. Okay, here we go. So, this is about 2,000. So a little bit more expensive to get it from the UK. I think maybe overall cost of living in the UK might be a little bit more expensive than it is in Germany. I'm not an economist, so this is just my my best guess at what's going on here. But $2,089 is a lot cheaper than $3,500. You could still afford to get a plane ticket to go pick it up yourself and maybe ship it back to you in the States here. And just to check Andertons as well. Let's see, okay, $1,649. So that's just MSRP for what we got going on for a JCM 800. So about $2,000. It's not this. That's for fucking sure. Holy shit. Is it plated with gold? Like what? Where's the extra $2,000 coming from? Insane. All right, and so if we look at a cabinet, right? All right, so, standard 1960B, $1,600, right? It's expensive. The vintage one, $1,900. Good Lord. $739 for the vintage 31. This is the, with the Marshall vintage in it. Nice. Good old 666 rock and roll. A rock and roll price there. Some attention to detail. What's the bundle though? Does it come with a little condom for your cabinet? Cabinet condom? It does. So here we go. Regular one, $622. Like, I think that's cheaper than even buying a used 1960 in really good shape. Insane. So this is obviously the shit that makes music and rock music, of course, just completely inaccessible to people. All right, people are making less money, things cost more, milk and eggs cost way more money, and now you're charging twice the price for a fucking cabinet. Like, these things should be pretty affordable. They're not, I don't know, wouldn't consider this like some boutique company. It's Marshall. So I've heard some people say that it's similar to buying a MESA in Europe. And let's try to verify that to see if that's the case. Because MESAs in the States they're not cheap. Look at this. What is this, a Mark 7 for $4,000 and a combo with one 12-inch speaker. The Triple Crown, I don't even think people like this, but $3,500. The dual rack, $3,000. Same price for a cabinet as a MESA rectifier cabinet. So they're expensive. They're up there. What is this one? Oh, so a 1x12 for $600. There you go. That's the entry level one for you. I don't think Talon has any MESA stuff. In fact, I think it's really hard to find MESA in Europe in general right now because of the fact that there was something going on with the Transformers. Not the cartoon show, but the actual power transformers, right? Buy a MESA amplifier in Germany. Can I find one? I looked at this a little bit. So this is just a head condom. All right, so Mark 5 combo, 449 euros. What is that in American? Oh my God, there's a lot of currency in the world. Euro. Okay, 49.15. Can I find that? what is that, a Mark 5? $37.99. So I guess that's about $5,000. So yeah, there's a bit of a difference there for whatever reason. Who knows? Maybe this is part of the market just sort of doing whatever it does here. I don't know. Even in the States, I think MESA kind of has a bit of more of a sort of boutique kind of reputation than Marshall does. I mean, I've never played a show where the backline was all MESA amps, but I have played plenty of shows where the backlines are all Marshall amps. And, you know, like a JCM 2000 back in the day was kind of one of those intro tube amps that you got. You know, you either got the 6505 or somebody had an old 5150 or a JCM 2000, that sort of thing. So what is it? Why are they so expensive in the States? Answer me that. All right, I'm Bryce Van Hoosen. I will catch you next time.